And Focus Now, Ben Ferguson, podcast host. So you were just telling me off camera, Democrats had better wake up because Republicans are all in. What does that mean?
All in means you don't show up for work, and then guess what? You're probably going to lose your job, and we're going to do exactly what we need to do our job. And I think there's two parts of this. One of it's just Texas Central. You have flood relief that is being tied up by Democrats who are refusing to come to work because they're trying to play a national issue on gerrymandering, which has backfired because now everyone in America knows just how much Democrats have been gerrymandering all over the country. Like, this is one of the most beautiful backfires I've ever seen by Democrats. You go after Republicans, you say, this is what they're doing. It's like, look at California. 40% of the people there are Republicans, and they have no representation. You look at all these other states, Chicago, or Illinois, I should say, and you keep going down the list. And what you're witnessing is what they've been doing for decades, and now there's finally a spotlight on it. So I love that. But look, I think Democrats are in big trouble in Texas. The people in Texas are angry with them. This is going to be a massive backfire.
All right, so the president is doubling down in his war of words with a far-left congresswoman. He posted, Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett is a low, very, all three exclamation points there, all caps, IQ individual, much in the mold of the AOC plus 3 gang of country-destroying morons, only slightly dumber. Wow. Crockett's been trolling the president with choice words like this.
Listen, Donald Trump is a piece of Give me a break. Kind of like, you know, the orange orangutan, you know, the Timu Hitler.
We have a Timu Hitler in the White House right now that thinks that he is going to become the dictator of the United States.
Behind closed doors, reportedly, she's no different. In fact, this woman is straight up a bully. 3 separate sources who have worked with or for Jasmine Crockett tell the New York Post she creates a toxic work environment. Actually, that's against the law. They say she screams at her staff, is never in the office, freaks out at the most random things, and is focused almost exclusively on being an influencer. One source sums her all up as all diva, no wow. Crockett laughed off the accusations.
Oh my goodness. Listen, I know that I have arrived, honey. That is the way that I see this, because as Beyonce says, if they're not talking about you, then obviously you must not be doing anything. You know what? This is just more slander, more nonsense, more lies. Being a Black woman, yeah, there's a lot of scrutiny that comes my way, and it comes my way from all different angles. But when people start talking about you, that's when you know that you are obviously getting under their skin.
Being a Black woman.
Yes.
So apparently that is on her list of resume merits.
Yeah, you can be racist towards Donald Trump, as you just heard in all the things she called him. That is racism 101. And then she says, if you criticize me for doing my show or my interviews or my TikToking from my couch and not coming to the office, now you're somehow racist. Look, the Democratic Party created this. They created the AOCs. They allowed the Marxists and the socialists and the communists to get into the party. Now they're in charge of the party. And then they wonder why they have the lowest approval rating in history since we've been doing polls. The Democratic Party's never been lower now. It is because of the AOCs. I said this several years ago, I think on your show. Don't get rid of AOC. Give her money. Keep her in office, because it just tells the American people how unserious the Democratic Party is. They don't care about you.
You know what, though? I said this earlier about the violent crime in D.C. and other Dem-led cities to my previous panel of guests. I have to say this to you as well. The collateral damage, though, are the people.
Yes.
And yes, all the shenanigans and the politics and the trolling and the you know, nasty words and all of it. At the end of the day, the people actually don't do well under all of that. So Trump is able to cut through that. Democrats don't cut through that just to do their jobs.
DC is a perfect example. Leave it to Democrats to be angry that the President of the United States of America is trying to fight crime.
Exactly.
They were mocking him last night on TV, calling him like Batman. And I'm like, Batman fights crime. Like, how is that an insult to the President of the United States of America when he's trying to fight crime? But Democrats are so deranged right now on Trump derangement syndrome. Anything Orange Man does is bad. And they keep getting these elected officials who are influencers. They don't know how to govern. They're not serious, and they run away from their jobs. So you look at Texas. I'm glad we're seeing now. Democrats don't like to go to work, apparently, if you're elected.
Oh, and toss in a swath of them are communists.
Yes.
Right? And what's the president of the United States trying to do? Fight a communistic government and President and Putin to stop a war against Ukraine.
But they're mad that they let Putin into America, right? Because we actually want to stop people from dying. Democrats, only Democrats can do this. They can literally be angry if you're saving lives in America. And they're mad at Donald Trump for trying to stop people from dying in Ukraine and Russia. That's the Democratic Party.
All right, Finn.
Good to see you.
Ferguson, thank you very much.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.